Dude, check this out. All right. So here's Ethereum. I've inverted the candlestick color, right? So now red is up, green is down. And the reason I'm doing that is because we're going to invert the chart. Okay.
Wow.
So this is Ethereum's chart. Okay. Now, if we ignore the fact that it's inverted, if we were just looking at this, like if someone handed you this chart on a sheet of paper, you didn't know what it was. You didn't even really care about the price scale. You just had this, what's inside of this box here. You just had this here. Someone handed it to you. They told you, hey, this is a monthly chart, or this is a chart that goes back, to 2018 through current. And they hand it to you like this in this format. So inverted. You don't know it's inverted, but they hand it to you like this. What would you be thinking here? I can tell you that one of the first things I'd be saying is, okay, I'm trying to make some observations. So one of the first observations is I'm going to say, okay, we're towards the bottom of this chart. Cool, right? We're towards the bottom. This is the top. We're towards the bottom. I'd say, ooh, there's an interesting, level down here where we bottomed previously. And price came exactly down to that level again. In fact, it went slightly through it, but not by much. Just slightly went below this prior level back here from 2021. Okay. So you had a slight little deviation outside of that. I'd be also thinking, okay, you had these two big bottoms here. Price is now above that as well. So I'd be thinking, okay, there's probably like a zone down here in that case, something that's being, reclaimed after this little deviation. And your like initial feel, your expectation would be that this thing is heading higher. You had all the opportunities to go to the downside, to lose this, and instead you got a fake out below it, and it's now reclaimed it, and it looks like it's heading higher. So where would my initial eyes be looking in terms of like a draw of where liquidity would be pulling? So here would be my initial thought, is like, okay, we're definitely going here. We're potentially going here, right? So somewhere around this level, we're potentially going there. That makes sense as well. And then I'm thinking, man, if it goes to all of that, like, what's to say that it's not going to come up here somewhere? And this is where it gets scary, because we know that it's Ethereum. We know that it's inverted, and we know that those numbers are scary. Like, can you imagine even just going to take out the bear market low from 2022 puts us at like $800 Ethereum, when Tom Lee and all these treasury companies were buying over here at almost 4,000. So what's going to happen to ETH if and we're making a lot of assumptions. We're assuming that this isn't going to continue lower. We're potentially assuming that maybe this cycle is topped, right? Let's make that assumption that it's potentially topped, or that at least we're going into a period of bearish price action. And maybe next year, if cycles are broken, maybe next year we get a move up, and we have a bull year or a bullish half of next year or something, right? Like, sure, let's just make some assumptions. But so far, dude, if you handed me this here without the scale, without knowing it's Ethereum, without knowing it's inverted, and I'm just making some basic observations on the price action, this looks like it failed to go lower. And then this should now be coming up here. So I should be looking at about 1,400 again. And I'm probably looking at even sub 1,000. And if it gets enough momentum, if this thing is strong enough that it rips through all of this, why couldn't it go up here? Like, this is just crazy to even think that this is possible because it's Ethereum. But, dude, this is not a healthy looking chart, man. This needs to get below here ASAP. Otherwise, this is starting to become a lot more probable. Like, this needs to roll over immediately and do that. Otherwise, these targets become way more probable. So this thing looks scary, dude. This thing looks super scary. It's not over, but it doesn't look healthy. I think we would need to, like, somewhere in here, like, you're going to need a rejection here pretty quickly. So, like, you maybe don't want under like 2,200 ETH. Dude, yeah, ETH is brutal. It looks absolutely brutal right now. Let me remove a lot of these drawings and then we'll put it back to normal. But yeah, that's, I mean, I told you to be kind of crazy. It'd be a little out there, but dude, it's just what's on the chart, man. Like this, it's what it looks like, you know. I put this back to standard, uninverted. There you go. So yeah, dude, could ETH be cooked, man? That's the question. Could ETH